I was so excited for this that I spent my last EM purchasing this Santa outfit, but the 2024 The Hunter Classic Holiday event is here, and we get to go out here and chase Rudolphs on Helmdall. So there is a mission running with some really great rewards. We'll be working on that. And also, the Yule Cats have made a return. You guys may remember those from last year. So lots of cool stuff to get after out here, and I cannot wait to see what we get into. And right off the bat here, we've got a really nice bull moose. Did the spotting info not come up? Well, that's peculiar. Not really sure what that's about, but one of the mission objectives is to get a moose scoring over 155. That guy will make it. So, I mean, we've got the holiday 8x57. I think we just absolutely have to use it on this guy. Really nice looking bull moose. That is so odd. I've never seen that where the score info doesn't come up. I guess we'll find out if it's going to count for the mission. And this is also single player, by the way, because there's a competition running. It's your highest scoring roe deer score subtracted by your lowest scoring roe deer, and that's your entry. So if we get some opportunities at them, we'll be chasing roe deer too. But as for this guy, we got him obviously through the heart at 41 meters. Gonna have a score of 228. He's bigger than I thought. Oh my goodness. Might tax that, to be honest. I don't know if I have... Whoa, hold on. Skull mount? Maybe I've missed something. I wasn't aware of that. Do I have 10 EM left? I guess so. And let's take a trophy shot. But one of my all-time favorite ways to get a moose trophy shot is with the gun leaning on the antlers like that. Shows off the holiday gun really well, our Santa outfit. We have our gloves kind of clipping through a little bit, but that's no big deal. And a 228 bull to get us going. Now, there's a chance I wasn't looking at it, because I was too focused on the skull mount thing. I didn't see any confirmation that that counted for the mission. Would have shot that moose either way. Obviously, he was huge, but that's something to pay attention to. Now, unfortunately, this guy's a common. Another part of our mission today is to get a color variation red fox, so this guy won't be a part of that. We'll go ahead and get him with the 357. And by the way, I jumped back to the trophy lodge to try to take a look at that moose, and I couldn't find anywhere to place it. But what I'm hearing is that there's an opportunity to skull mount reindeer as well. So either there's a bug going on, or maybe they are adding those skull mounts, but there's not a way to put them in the lodge just yet. By the end of the video, I will find out more information on that so you guys can know for sure. I really hope there's more skull mounts coming though, because that would be super hype. And I just want to know what a 228 moose looks like on a skull mount. I'm not sure we'll get to see that today, but really interesting stuff going on out here in the Hunter Classic. By the way, the official information that I got is that there are other skull mounts coming to the game, but we don't have a release date for that just yet. So as for why we're able to do it right now, I'm not too sure, and probably I would stay away from that until they officially release. But there are more skull mounts coming to the Hunter Classic, and that is super hype. Now that is what we actually came here for. 370 to 510 bull, but really light. And he does seem to be by himself, so a number of different reindeer objectives for the mission. This guy's gonna end up doing none of them, but maybe the most difficult is to take a mythical female reindeer. So the mythical variation is the Rudolph variation for males. You can get mythical for females, and it's just really hard to tell. When we get to groups of them, we'll really try to identify the difference, and hopefully we can manage to do that in this hunt as well. But as for this guy, first reindeer bull of the holiday event, double lung at 15 meters, 492 is a pretty dang good one to start, and hopefully that's not the biggest we find today. Well, that's kind of a bummer. Second reindeer bull, what did that say, 95 to 90 to 230? Probably gonna barely be 100. Looking at all these cows back here though, I don't immediately notice any difference. And it's very possible none of them are mythicals, but what I'd like to do is try to get the bull with the bow, and then maybe we can get a couple of the cows as they head off. Now the problem here, that cow's just trotting right to us. You know what, at this point, not a lot of point in using the bow. Let's get that guy. That should bring that cow down pretty quick. And we'll get that one for good measure. Do we need to follow up? Nah, she's gonna go down. And we'll see if either of them end up being the mythical. And very obviously, this guy is not going to complete our objective as well. But this is the thing I love about the holiday event. I believe there's increased reindeer spawns, and we just get to encounter so many more of them than we do the rest of the year. As for this absolute giant though, lung, liver, intestine, 118 kilos still, and 118 score, so I think we've had him sub 100. Not the worst one we've ever had, but it's low on the list. And then these two. First one, I'll be curious to see if it outscores the bull or not. Basically the same frame. Common rarity, so not the mythical there. 108, which does mean the bull was not the smallest one in there. This one obviously is going to outscore the bull. And I mean, just looking at it, I don't see any difference, but it's really slight. Oh, that is a mythical. So at least we have that part done. I do want to pay attention. Does that, okay. The missions are working. And at that point, maybe there actually isn't a visual difference. I thought there was, but I couldn't see anything there. Well, that's pretty darn cool. Looks like just two solo bulls out here that happen to be together. This guy, though, at 145 to 170 kilo, could actually complete one of our objectives. We need a bull over 150. And, oh, was that a Rudolph? I think he was. I didn't even, where'd he go? I didn't even notice that at first. Oh, he is. That's pretty cool. 270 to 410. You also just heard that wood grouse, though. He's pretty close. I think we can call him in, try to get the wood grouse objective, and then still go over there and get our Rudolph. He's probably just out of calling range. Let's take a quick peek at that again. That is, yeah, just. So we got to take the wood grouse with a bow, but I think we can pull that off. Ooh, he is right here too. I still haven't even called to him. The thing is, we can't just change our mind and go gun here. It will spook the reindeer, so I'm gonna try to get on this rock. This is gonna be tough, because they do have good senses. Oh, there he is there. Okay. Try to get to full draw. Gotta be right around 20. Got him hit. And we'll come back for him. I didn't get to see the score anyway. We need one over 5,000, which isn't that big. Our reindeer should be somewhere out here. We'll try to get in the range and get them coming this way. Now, this could get interesting. Our Rudolph's further back there. And by the way, the mission objective requires a normal reindeer over 150 kilos, so we can't do both objectives with the same animal. This guy, though, in here to about 30. I think our Rudolph back there is just far enough he won't hear this, but we still need to drop this one in his tracks, so let's focus on that. Whoa. I didn't think we got that shot, but we did, so we should be good here. Love to see that. You know, he's got all those busted shovels, otherwise he'd be pretty nice. Really great weight estimate. And if he had all four, he'd probably be somewhere like the 550 range. Now last year, I think we killed a 633, so we're kind of good as far as like a PB Rudolph anyway. But I do like to tax our biggest one of the year every single year. And I think just because that guy's solid, we'll probably go ahead and tax him too. I think we're just close enough together. We can get these two in the same photo, so might as well try it. As for this guy, it was neck bone 3 and right lung. Oh, by the way, not 150 kilo. He's only 390 with all the missing inches he could have with those shovels. But we'll still tax him, I think. I'm pretty sure, so we could do this skull thing, but we don't want that. I'm still not exactly sure what the deal is with that as of now. Alright, so kind of a bummer, but it turns out they were just too far apart, and I mean like a matter of meters. What you have to do is drag the body of the one that you're in the trophy shot mode over and push the other animal you want in it, and we just couldn't quite get the animal over far enough. So this guy was double lung liver. I think he'll outscore the Rudolph one though. 21 meters, 115 kilo only for him. And we may have a case of a forever calculating score. The servers obviously are kind of overloaded right now. As I'm recording this, the event just came out a couple hours ago. Might not be finding out on that, but not really relevant for our mission. And we've got a wood grouse over here to go and find. Now hopefully this score calculates. And hopefully he's going to be over 5 kilo. That's all we need for this. He is, 5.8, so not bad. So long as this is going to work for us. By the way, only a 3.4 second win time, 5,800 score, not a giant by any stretch, but that should be another part of the mission done. And I think we should be getting close to the halfway point. Well, he's not a Yule Cat, but our first lynx of the event, it is going to be a male. 20 to 40 kilo is pretty decent. To me, it doesn't look all that special, but all we need event-wise is one singular male lynx. So if we can get this, that could really be a major time saver. And I want to be careful not to shoot through limbs and stuff, because we have had many events. They're not just holiday events. A lot of the Hunter Classic events require a male lynx, and sometimes it just takes hours just for that one objective. So the last thing we need to do is mess up this shot. Our caller's over there to the right, so he should kind of start to move that way, I would think. Now he's completely disappeared behind the tree. Okay, now he's coming out from behind there. That should be good and plenty in range. And down goes our one objective male lynx. So obviously we're still going to be chasing these things, especially when we hear males, but any lynx call, we'll be bringing in try to get a Yule Cat for this year. But as for this guy, he will get our objective done, and I think we'll be down to just 4 remaining, and all of them are pretty darn doable. So 30 kilo, left lung at 9.6 and 113 CSS just for that. There is the confirmation. We've gotten that done. And we can go into the mission tab then and take a look at the final remaining objectives. So I miscounted, there's 5, but we need a male roe deer with a heart shot, an airborne willow ptarmigan, which we're in the right area by the way, male brown bear with a single shot, normal reindeer bull over 150 kilo, and that color phase red fox. So keep in mind we need 2 things here. We need 20 plus meters, and we need out of the air. So what I'd like to do, I think, is having flush downhill, they stay a certain distance above the ground, and going uphill I think would be too chaotic. So we're just going to run over top of it, try to get it to flush down this hill, and hopefully we can get it at like 25 meters, something like that. I want to just let it go for a second. That's probably getting close to 20 now. This should be very doable. Couldn't quite get that second one. I don't even know where it came from. It's that new white variation, but I'm pretty confident we got the first one at the right distance anyway. She's laying right down here. Moment of truth distance was 29 meters, and our ptarmigan is already done. So, what the heck, we're going to go put the shotgun away because we don't really need that. And we'll have a ideal loadout then for the rest of this. And why don't we just keep this thing rolling? We've got a male brown bear down here, and the only requirement is 1 singular shot to bring it down. So, I think it's stopped in there behind that tree. Yeah, the spawning info is coming up. By the way, I had the contacts bar off. That's why we didn't have spawning info on the moose. But it was kind of cool not knowing how big he was. As for this guy, if he steps out one way or the other, hopefully we can just get a shot into him. I don't know how the heck he got out of there without us seeing it, but at least we got eyes on him now. I think that angle should be doable. It's just really hard to see, and obviously, single shot being important to this, we want to make sure we get into the vitals, and all bears have their vitals sit really far forward. So let's just get prone here, and maybe prone somewhere we can see. The angle actually got worse, but man, I am tempted to try that shot like through the back. Almost gonna have to, I guess. Let's see what we can do here. Gonna probably take a minute for him to go down, but hopefully that gets into single lung. If not, I think intestines will get him. If it's not that, then I guess we'll probably have to find another one, because I don't think body will take him down. And it was intestines, so that'll get him. Why don't we go ahead and just mark this then? Probably gonna be like a 5 to 10 minute wound time if I had to guess. Do we have a fast travel available? Not for 9 more minutes. We'll just kind of hunt our way out and around then, and then slowly work our way back and try to recover him. Man, what the heck? He's down already. Forget that. We can just go down there and get him. Fortunately, he died in a spot where we could see him. I am honestly shocked that brought him down that fast. It was intestine stomach, so I guess hitting both organs makes sense. 2 minute wound time, 25 score. And I think we're down to just then the reindeer, the red fox, and the roe deer heart shot, which I have an idea. I'm thinking buckshot might make that really, really easy. So I think we might be able to find out if this buckshot idea is actually a good one. It sounds like, okay, I was gonna say, it sounds like this roe deer is right on us, but it's just hiding behind those rocks. The one thing is, buckshot really only helps us with a little bit of range, and this is already probably closer than we need, but well, we dropped him, so we'll see if any of those pellets found the heart. Kinda hard to see where we were, but we did hit the heart, and frankly, I'm not sure if the game's gonna like this or not. We obviously hit a bunch of organs, different projectiles, but one shot. Now, the score not calculating is worrying. Typically, that does not help for the missions. I'm just gonna sit here and let this go for a minute. And unfortunately, no score calculating, no mission confirmation. So, the worst part is, I don't even know for sure if the buckshot thing will be effective. There's another buck down there, so we'll try to track him down and attempt it again. So, take 2. Got this road deer buck coming in. And really, I'd like him to at least slow to a walk. But again, the distance getting closer and closer does matter. So probably there. I can't imagine how something there wouldn't hit the heart. And we actually, imagine that. 12 gauge up to level 12. But more importantly, vital blood, heart shot again, although it's actually not highlighting here. Score worked, 112. What is just under 12 meters. Does it count? Ooh, I don't think it does count. So maybe buckshot, after all that, isn't even allowed for it. That kind of sucks. Well, I think sad to say, especially because of our kind of road deer failure there, we're not going to be able to do all the objectives in just one hunt. And frankly, that's fine, so long as the mission objectives don't reset. But even if they do, I love this event. I'm actually going to be home this year for this event. Typically, I'm not. I have to make a couple videos at the very beginning, and then I'm traveling for the rest of it. So I very much intend on spending a bunch of time out here on Hemmeldal, and regardless of how we have to get the mission done, we'll figure out a way. So I think this is that herd that we ran into, maybe the second herd with that tiny bull, where we got our mythical cow. Just gonna go ahead and take that one out, because I recognize that frame. That's like the same size as the bull that we killed, and there's only a couple cows in there. It almost has to be that particular herd. So one little bonus reindeer. This is going to be a neck shot, including intestine and lung from, obviously, from behind. 94 meters away. Is this score actually going to calculate? Kind of looking like it's not. Fortunately, that doesn't really matter to us. And we would jump back to the trophy lodge for a moose, but at least currently, I'm not exactly sure what the deal is, and as far as I can tell, there's no way to actually get to see it. So whatever result, whatever word I get will be edited into the video earlier on anyway. You'll have already heard that. But, yeah, can't really go and see it right now because it seems like that's not possible. But anyway, super excited for the remainder of this event. Hopefully going to do a couple of streams. There should have been a stream already prior to this video coming out. And maybe we can even find ourselves another decent Yule Cat. But that is going to do it for this one. As always, thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you next time.